These dynasty trades are wild. Take a look at this dynasty trade. This idiot traded for Saquon Barkley and Jonathan Taylor before the Jonathan Taylor news and traded away Garrett Wilson and Miles Sanders. Okay, it's not all that lopsided still, but I'm the one that made the trade. And at the time, it looked like a good trade,
Idiot.
but now everything's changed. What do we think about this trade? We got Jonathan Taylor and Saquon, or we're getting Garrett Wilson and Miles Sanders here.
Well, honestly, I still think it's relatively close. I would prefer the Garrett Wilson side at this point because of the Jonathan Taylor news. I'm not shorting Jonathan Taylor, probably still
Jonathan Taylor.
even more than a lot of people probably are because he's still 24, 25. He's not even 25 yet. He's 24. But I'm higher on Miles Sanders than most as well. So honestly, I think having Miles Sanders on the Garrett Wilson side is a tipping point for me because he actually has a 4-year contract. So the Garrett Wilson side.
And at the time, like I said, I mean, Jonathan Taylor I thought he was going to get paid, get an extension. This was before all this. What do you think?
You have to take the Garrett Wilson side.
Yeah.
I think just because of Jonathan Taylor, I don't know, it's not going to be reflected in ADP for a while, but I think he's going to keep falling until we figure out what's going to happen. And I think I have a hard time seeing him play at all this season.
Now, no, he's.
I think
play.
I think the
why
only reason
would their relationship with the Colts is so fractured?
it would be career suicide for him. Not to play
Literally
that.
suicide.
It would be bad
if
for
it
him.
would.
Neither here nor there. That trade, like I said, I made it like a week before the JT drama started happening. So screw me, I guess.
I do think Miles Sanders is completely overvalued in Dynasty. He's
we
blah,
can't
blah,
have
blah,
this,
blah, blah.
We can't have this
4-year signing
discussion right now.
contract. It's essentially a 2-year contract. Look into it.
This is a 2-year. I already did.
All right. Do us a huge favor. Make sure you like the video and make sure you're subscribed if you play Dynasty Fantasy Football. And if you want your trade on one of these videos, we offered this to our flockfantasy.com guys. If you go over to flockfantasy.com/domain, you get 30% off. You get access to rankings, articles, databases. You get access to our Discord, which is where we got these trades from all of our supporters. Shout out supporters. We really appreciate you. And like I said, you get a team review video from us when you choose the Mother Flocker tier. Flockfantasy.com/domain. It will have everything you need to win your leagues this entire fantasy season and dynasty season. So make sure you're heading over there. Joining us there, trade number 2, Marquise Brown for Kadarius Toney and a 24 first. Am I wrong for not even considering Kadarius Toney in this trade?
Yes. No, you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong for
Okay.
that. No.
Okay.
I'll take the first for the insulated value. I'm a big fan of Marquise Brown. I think he'll get paid.
Nathan.
I think he'll get paid because he's still a young wide receiver, and I mean, who knows where he'll end up? But you've got to take the insulated.
Well, he's
value
going
here.
to get paid. Look at wide receivers get paid. They're not running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The value insulation with 24
I
first.
think you're
I'll
pretty.
take the
I
first.
think you're pretty unwise to not take the 24 first year. I think Marquise Brown is a good wide receiver, but I don't see his value ever going much higher than it is in Dynasty.
Yeah.
I think that's just kind of where he hovers.
That's a story who is one of our supporters as well, and he's newer to Dynasty, so he's still learning the ropes, and we love him. But
It's not a horrible
it's
trade.
not bad. It's,
No.
it's not like it's not
No,
close.
I wouldn't go as far as saying it's an unwise trade taking the Marquise side. You're just calling a shot if you take that side, and if he's anything less than a top 16 wide receiver in fantasy this year, then that's a disappointing trade. So
Yeah. All right. A 1-for-1. This is from 2 of our supporters, Reckless and FPL Dallas. Tyler Lockett or Marvin Mims. And this is after the Tim
I like
Patrick
this
and KJ Hamler trade. I mean, this is essentially like
This
a
is good.
mid-second for Tyler Lockett.
There's no wrong side here, in my opinion.
I agree.
I mean, I think if you're getting Lockett and you're contending, you're missing out on your late second from this year. And Marvin Mims, obviously, Tim Patrick is out for the season again.
And KJ Hamler is
KJ Hamler's irrelevant.
well, he's waived. It's another body that is not going to
it's
get
a depth
targets,
chart
and
thing,
that
yeah.
is definitely valid. And that's
It's
two.
semi-valid.
That's 2 wide receivers off the depth chart that are not. I mean, that positively impacts Marvin Mims. He becomes more and more interesting every single time a wide receiver goes down in that offense.
And we loved Marvin Mims going into this draft process. So you feel good about either side here. And I think this is just a roster position side, whether you're contending or not. So good trade.
Yeah, absolutely. And another FPL Dallas trade here. This one's interesting.
Man, Jordan Addison looks so funny in this picture.
I know. Jordan Addison, CJ Stroud, a 25 first and a 25 second, or Lamar Jackson, a 24 second, and Elijah Moore. I'll start on this one.
Yep.
Okay.
You're going to hate me.
No, I'm with you.
I'm taking the top.
Yep.
I'm taking CJ. Look, I think CJ Stroud's super undervalued right now in Dynasty. And does that mean you should overpay for him? Absolutely not. But this is not an overpay. Okay, so when you're breaking this down, CJ Stroud in a first for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm probably taking
Lamar.
I'm probably taking Lamar there. However, if you're talking about Jordan Addison versus Elijah Moore in a second, and not even close. Not even close.
Addison in a second for Elijah Moore. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But Nathan, a 24 second is equal to a 25 first, according to some people. I think that's the worst way to evaluate future picks ever. But I'm with you, Avery. I'm taking the top as well.
Yeah, and look, here's one. I do think CJ Stroud's going to be productive this year. I know it's bold, but I do think that. I think he's going to be far more productive than people think.
Never as productive as Lamar Jackson. Let's acknowledge that.
Absolutely. Lamar Jackson has the contract.
Well,
so
not
you
never.
also have yeah, it's possible, I guess.
I mean, I think Lamar
In a
Jackson
6-point
has
touchdown league's probably more possible than 4-point.
Yeah.
But with Lamar Jackson, I mean, he has the contract. You do have to acknowledge that he's struggled a little bit to stay on the field. Honestly, in this trade, I think Elijah Moore is nothing, and you can be mad about that in the comments. But Elijah Moore's a throw-in.
There are 4 big assets in this trade, and those should be the only ones that are considered. That's Lamar Jackson for Addison, Stroud, and a 25 first.
And I think it's
the
close.
Side on the top.
Oh no, I think Elijah Moore's worth
no more than those seconds, though. At that point, it's a lateral move.
I'm not paying
and
a second.
What is he right now in Dynasty startups? A 10th round pick? Like, that is nothing
correct.
comparatively to these guys, these QBs in the Superflex league.
Just relative to the guys.
That should not be moving
I'm
the
with
pin
you.
for you in this trade.
This is like trading Lamar Jackson for a third and a fourth.
I think a year from now he's going to look back, because I think Jordan Addison balls out this year too. I think he's going to look back and be like, "Oh my gosh,
good trade.
That was an awesome trade."
Yeah,
so
good for you.
We like that. Moving down here, we got a Caps trade. We got 2 Caps trades actually, but what we've got is he's getting Mike Williams, James Conner, George Pickens in a second, so he should be contending. I'm assuming sending away J-Mo, Seawat, Bellinger, and so J-Mo and Seawat.
Yeah,
because those guys are throw-ins.
Okay, so can I take this one?
Yeah, go
Yes,
for it.
Nathan.
Okay, so breaking it down, Christian Watson, obviously the most valuable asset in this trade. So I would say Christian Watson for George Pickens and Mike Williams. That's probably roughly value equivalent, do you think? Or do you think not? What's that face for?
I don't like breaking it down that way, but go ahead.
Okay,
I just want to hear your thoughts.
Pickens in a second.
I would take Watson there easily.
Okay.
So that's a problem.
Jamison Williams for James Conner in a 24 second. And then Daniel Bellinger and Tyler Scott.
Throw-ins, yeah.
I'll take the Watson side.
Yeah, I will too.
I will as well.
Sorry, Caps.
Which is funny because almost every single one of those guys on the left, I'm a big fan of from a value perspective right now. But I'm honestly a fan of I'm a fan of J-Mo's value right now because I know he'll go up in value the second he steps on the field and gets a 75-yard touchdown. You can cash out for more. And Christian Watson, as much as I have questions about Christian Watson in fantasy and in Dynasty, I think you got to take the better market value.
Here's my way of breaking it down. Do you feel that much better about having Mike Williams and George Pickens in your starting lineup over Jamison Williams and Christian Watson?
No.
And they both, and J-Mo and
for the first 6 weeks, yes.
J-Mo, well, yeah, that's valid. But J-Mo and Seawat both have much higher dynasty ceilings as their value can go, and even just overall production. I think, where like you talk deep threat, George Pickens, Christian Watson, both deep threats. I think Christian Watson has a much better route to eliteness.
To me, this is really calling your shot on George Pickens.
Yeah, it is.
I think George Pickens
is buy low.
I guess we'll see.
That's a good trade, though.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't think you're losing.
Well, we can make up for it. This next Caps trade, I'm going to probably take the Caps side. This is Devonta Smith, Christian Watson, Will Levis, and a 24 first, and he's sending away Devontae Adams, Daniel Jones, Michael Pittman, and a third. So when I'm breaking I'm breaking this one down.
I love this.
Yeah, I think you smashed this one.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it like this. Will Levis and a 24 first or Daniel Jones, like that's pretty close.
Yeah.
And then you're smashing Watson and Smith over Adams and Pittman.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, the 24 first seals it. So I think we're all taking that side, right?
Yeah. And this is a great example of one player in Dynasty trading away an asset and then in another league getting that same asset. This is not hating the player. This is hating the price or not loving the player, loving the price. Like, it doesn't matter what your opinion is of Christian Watson. If the value presents itself, if the market value presents itself in the trade, just take it.
Look at us appreciating Christian Watson.
Good job. I know. We are so generous and kind people. Luca Looney, another one of our supporters. In this trade, this is really interesting and got mixed reviews on the Discord. He got Drake London, Anthony Richardson, and a 24 second for Rashad White, Desmond Ridder, Bijan, and Rashee Rice.
How is this getting mixed reviews?
I don't know. Some dude said he's not a fan of AR, so he's smashing the other side.
Okay, well then good for that dude. But I think, I mean, Bijan Robinson clear 101 in rookie drafts, right? But
and
AR
Anthony
at the
Richardson, we had
102
them
is
in the same
Anthony
tier.
Richardson is breathing down his neck in
so you're
dynasty
getting
startups.
let's
right
say AR in a second to make it fair with Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, sure.
I'm taking Drake London over Rasheed Rice, Desmond
White.
Ritter, and Rashad White
By
by
Easily.
so
far,
much.
Easily.
so much.
Easily.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good trade.
I love that trade. So great job there. An idiot made the next trade, but actually I don't think this is idiotic. This is a trade I did with Kyle, who's another DD guy.
Oh, I forgot about this deal.
Yeah, so I got Trevor Lawrence, 24 first, which but I know I don't care, but I projected it to be late. I was getting it, so I'm going to naturally project it to be late. And a 24 second, which is actually projected to be early. And Nathan's a rebuild in that team. That's his second. And I sent him Fields and Flowers.
That's the automatic 201.
Yeah.
My team is crazy.
I think you did a good job in this trade.
So I sent him Fields and Flowers, but then Tim Patrick, obviously he's nothing now. And a third and a fourth is nothing to me.
So is Kyle a Fields believer?
I don't know why he wanted him in this league. Oh, because he's super
Interesting.
heavy contending in
Oh,
this league.
that's right.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, then he picked up Fields.
Yeah.
I don't think Fields and Trevor Lawrence are going to produce that far apart this year. I mean, Fields had 20 points per game last year. I think Trevor Lawrence can do 20 points per game, and Fields might be like 23 if he improves with his passing volume. But
Not worrying about Tim Patrick.
if I'm
in this
looking
deal.
honestly, I don't view
That's what got it
Trevor
done.
Lawrence versus Justin. We're gonna get hate. I'm gonna get hate for saying this. I don't think Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields and Zay Flowers is that far apart. Like, for me to trade away Trevor Lawrence and get Justin Fields back, I would want something like Zay Flowers on top.
So I got the
we're
first,
gonna,
late
gonna,
first and the
I'm
early
gonna give
second,
some
potentially.
more reasons for why, because people are like, oh, you're low on
For
Justin
why?
Fields. Justin Fields,
Put it up.
59th in PFF pass grade last year, 32nd in true completion last year, 46th in catchable pass rate, 30th in true passer rating. Justin Fields was not a good passer last year, and
You don't know ball.
You're failing
You
to
don't know
recognize the
ball.
fact that he played with a historically bad offensive line, Simon. You are literally the biggest idiot I've ever heard in my life.
the 2022
How
Chicago
dare
Bears,
you
the
talk
2020
down on Justin Fields?
the 2022 Chicago Bears threw the fewest passes in the last 2 decades out of any team in the last 2 decades.
Is that significant?
Does
though?
that mean they don't trust Justin Fields, or does
Ignore
that mean
it.
he's an elite
Just ignore
passer?
it.
Anyways, no, I think you did a really good job on this trade.
Thank you. Okay, good,
Yeah.
because I got screwed on the first one. And then the last one here. This is another Kyle trade.
Do we have 2 more?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
we
an
do.
idiot.
Yeah.
The second to last trade.
Avery.
What?
So stupid. 2 more. Go ahead.
David Njoku and Zay Flowers or TJ Hawkinson.
confidence.
Oh, man. Ooh. Ugh.
So,
Oh.
but when you
We both have a player that we like potentially am biased towards. And a player that I'm biased against because I don't like David Njoku as a dynasty value. I am a huge believer in TJ Hawkinson going into this season.
this is tied in premium league, by the way.
Zay Flowers, dude.
I know.
Oh my gosh. When if you are looking to, I rarely ever encourage someone to down tier from a top 6 elite producing tight end. But if you're getting a prospect like David Njoku going into this year who does have significant value and you can move off him for something else and you're getting Zay Flowers at a premium, at
a discount.
I may take getting him at a discount.
So this is important. From the last trade, when I traded him Zay Flowers, he made this trade right after, like a minute after. So he got Zay Flowers in the Justin Fields trade and then flipped it on that contending team for Hawk.
He's so smart for that, though,
for
as a
him.
contender.
Yes.
He's so smart for
I'm taking the Hawk side.
I'm too. I want more than that if I'm trading away TJ
I'm like
Hawkinson.
so split. But it's Zay Flowers. He's a
Yes,
first-round
I
wide
under-
receiver.
I
pick.
understand.
I know.
Zay Flowers is not going to have a Garrett Wilson type breakout or Chris Olave. I think Zay Flowers could have 800 yards this year and like 6 touchdowns, but I think you're still going to be able to get him.
That would be insane if he did that. Like,
Well, no, I'm saying like
he would be a top 12.
that's more in like his ceiling. He's not going to have 1,000 yards. That's not what I see in Zay Flowers' future. Maybe I'm wrong in a year, and good for him. But I think you're still going to be able to get Zay Flowers relatively affordably next year. I don't think he will be a top 3 round pick.
What the heck is that picture?
I didn't mean to do that.
There's a side profile of me. My side profile is
Okay,
not
that's
bad.
actually hilarious. Last trade here. We've got one that Simon actually got done.
So
Look at
this
us.
one, we are sending away Darren Waller, who's unguardable in training camp, in case you haven't heard.
Unguardable.
And getting back Luke Musgrave
Because they're not
and
allowed
a
to.
24 second. So Luke Musgrave, who was a 2nd round pick in a lot of leagues this last offseason, 2nd round rookie pick, and then a 2nd round on top for Darren Waller.
So you get 2 seconds for Darren Waller.
I would, yeah. And Luke Musgrave, who's someone who's an athletic tight end and a wide open offense.
Yeah.
That's what I put Darren Waller on the trade block, and I was like, I'll sell him for a second. I almost said that. So glad I didn't. I got this
That's
offer
why
2 minutes
Why
later.
you never say
name your
anything
price when you put
never,
it in.
ever.
All right, there are 10 trades. Like I said, if you want one of your trades, or many of your trades, because some of these guys got multiple trades, if you want them reviewed on our videos and you want name shout-outs, you better go to flockfantasy.com/domain, because when you do, you get 30% off the entire site. You get rankings, articles, Discord, databases, all kinds of fun stuff, and we will do a video review of one of your teams. And you get on our videos with the trades. So, like I said, if you want the best Dynasty content, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you head over to flockfantasy.com/domain and join us over there. We appreciate you watching. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you later.